In today's video, we're going to switch it up a little bit. Just going to ask a simple question. For how long do we have to shut up and dribble or shut up and play? That's all I want to know today. What's going on, beautiful people? This is Max coming to you from the Majestic Lifestyle Coaching Channel, a place where we discuss tips and tricks concerning self-development, entrepreneurship, and social media, more focused on YouTube side of social media. We post every Monday and Wednesdays. So if this is your first time coming here, you're welcome. Glad to have you. If you're returning to this channel, thank you for the support. Thank you for tuning in week after week after week as we push through to get to that next level in life. Now, if this is your first time coming here, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well to be notified whenever I post new videos. So as you already saw by the intro of this video, today's video is stepping outside of the bounds of what I normally talk about, and I felt it was imperative to discuss this to lay this foundation out from the jump. So as you heard earlier, the words shut up and play, shut up and dribble. Shut up and dribble is what you've heard mostly of, right? But what about shut up and play? What about grab your guitar or shut up and play your piano? What about shut up and post your videos, right? Oh, you know what? Shout out to Tony Baker. I've seen Tony Baker talk about that a number of times. People are like, yo, shut up and tell your jokes. I don't want to hear anything else. And Tony always fires back at these people. And you know what? While this channel has been basically focused on self-development so that you could have the character to take you to the next level, entrepreneurship, and mostly YouTube as well. As I'm learning things about YouTube, I'm teaching or I'm sharing that knowledge with you guys. It's imperative, it's important for me to pause for one day and make sure I get this message out to you guys loud and clear. I'm gonna read, so this post was actually inspired by one of my bros out of New York, brother Nerva Altino, a great pianist, teacher. He's a musical genius. Nerva and his brother Robeson have actually had concerts around the world in the biggest venues in New York and various places. A good Haitian brother who is very active in his community, speaks up, and he makes a difference. He teaches young minds. He's helping people hone in their piano skills, and he makes a difference in his community. I just want to read to you the post that he posted today that inspired me to actually put this post together. Apparently, a musician should remain silent when it comes to social justice topics. Apparently, a musician with a diverse audience should avoid offending others who may feel uncomfortable concerning topics of racial inequality and police brutality. Apparently, a musician should focus on blessing others with their God-given talent and deny their own conscience, in spite of having lived that experience every day. Apparently, a musician should shut up and play, while certain demographics of the audience he or she attracts continues to deny systematic racism, injustice, and police brutality. Apparently, it is ideal for a musician to choose acceptance by the masses than it is to speak out in the fight against his or her people. Apparently, some find it reasonable to love and admire musicians' talents, yet support those who deny him or her of their civil rights. Apparently, a musician must remain neutral if he or she intends to further his or her musical career to higher heights. He ends it by saying, well, I ain't one of those musicians. That's my bro Nerva Altino, an excellent musician out of Brooklyn, New York. He has a school. He's traveled the world doing music. He's done a whole lot. I'll leave his credentials below. Definitely give him a follow. Definitely check him out. He's a good brother. So as you can see, that post made me realize, although even recently I've shifted. Anyone that knows me and that follows me, I've I've been speaking up about racial injustice, political issues that we ended up dealing with for a good number of years now. Way over, I think since the President Obama days. I slowly got into it more in the 2012 as time went on. But I've been going hard on that topic because at the end of the day, one thing you have to realize, for example, you have people like John Lewis, Dr. Martin Luther King, Muhammad Ali, folks that, and there's plenty other people, right? Folks that at the time when they were speaking up, it wasn't cool. People didn't like it, right? But years down the line, all these gentlemen are celebrated. It's so unfortunate that the LGBTQ community can speak up and speak out for their rights as well as they should. Women can speak up and speak out for their rights as well as they should. But one group, people speak up for animals all the time, right? But one group that is never allowed to speak, or until now, it wasn't as popular after George Floyd, but for the melanated community, the people, the African diaspora around the world, oftentimes we are told to avoid these topics. When I first started to talk about these things, people will tell me, be careful what you post on your Facebook, because if you go get a job, they'll look at your Facebook and you might not get the job. And I know that advice came from a place of love. It was sound advice, but it made me angry because I just realized, wait a second, you're actually confirming what I already know, that if I speak up for the injustice of my people, for liberty, for equal treatment, to be looked at as a human being, then I might not get a job or I might get fired. That made me go in even more. How am I going to get fired or not hired because I speak up for my people? Same thing with YouTube. If I speak about this, let me tell you, recently as the whole George Floyd thing happened, I started to post more on my personal YouTube channel about this. I lost, I don't know how many, it's hundreds of followers because of my the posts that I've been posting for equality when it comes to law, against police brutality and all these things. So we are speaking up for the betterment of our people, and we have to worry about our businesses suffering and whatever else we're doing. Sometimes we have to worry about our lives. Are you kidding me? Straight up, I'm just gonna say this. If you are following me and you have a problem with equal justice for everybody, including the melanated community, the African diaspora, you can feel free to unfollow me. It's that simple. Because the thing is that no one gets mad when someone speaks up for a child or young kids that get abused. No one gets mad when someone from the LGBT community speaks about equal justice and these things. No one gets mad when a woman says she wants equal pay and all these things. Although some people still try to, some people still try to get women to shut up and not speak up about these things as well. So that fight is not fully over because they don't have equal pay and certain things that they should have. But when it comes to my community, all of this, all of a sudden, people just want us to just lay low, be quiet, and don't talk about anything but whatever entertains or other people enjoy. All right. So in other words, I'm the good black guy as long as I don't bring up racism. And the sad part is that it's more offensive. You're more likely to lose followers, friends, loved ones from speaking out against racism and police brutality than the acts that are committed themselves. I find a big problem with that. Big problem with that. That's unacceptable. And I love the quote that John Lewis has, Congressman John Lewis. You have to get in good trouble. It shouldn't even be trouble to ask to be treated as a fair human being and equal treatment, equal justice. But if it has to come down to it, let it be. So I wanted to make sure I put out this post today concerning what is going on, because at the end of the day, no, we're not gonna just shut up and dribble. No, we're not just gonna shut up and play. We have lives. We have to walk outside and face the world. I can't take this skin off. I don't even want to take the skin off. First of all, let's just say this. Let's just cross that bridge. I love my skin tone. And at the end of the day, this is not an anti-Caucasian, anti-European post, because some people's minds are so twisted that they think as soon as you try to elevate a people, that means you're trying to lower another people. No, 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 no. I'm a child of God. I'm a child of Jesus Christ, and I know He died on the cross for all of His children, all the people on the earth. I don't even go by the color. So European, African, I was gonna say black, white, red, yellow, red. We know the Bible song, right? But no, European, African, Asian, Latino, Hispanic, wherever you're from, you're a child of God. You matter. But when one group is left behind, like the African diaspora, the melanated people, we have to make sure that that group is elevated to be treated, looked at, and we could speak up freely like everybody else. Because one thing I could tell you is this: anytime you have an abuser, they love to get people to not speak up. Abusers will try to, when it comes to raping people, they want the woman that's being raped not to speak up. Abusers that are abusing children and young teenagers love to find a way to find that kid to not speak up, because silence helps that abuse go on. Same way they want us to just keep being quiet. They want us to not speak. They want us to just shut up. Well, guess what? Just like Nerva said, I'm not that one. From time to time, I will speak up. From time to time, I will say certain things. And it's never to put down anybody else. And if that's what you think, please leave. Go somewhere else, because that means your mind is warped. But it's to elevate my people and to show that everybody is everybody has worth. Everybody is loved. Everybody should be loved. Everybody should be treated fairly, equally, and as a child of God. All right, folks. So this is pretty much it for today's talk. But at the end of the day, like I said, we're not gonna shut up and just focus on YouTube. We're not gonna shut up and just dribble, like LeBron James said. We're not gonna shut up and just play, like Nerva said. We matter, and everything, when we step away from the camera or whatever we do, everything else matters. And if you're truly a human being who has a heart, you're a child of God. Even if you don't believe in God, if you believe in humanity, right? So whatever you want to believe, but if you believe in humanity, then you should understand that every person, the true meaning of the statement, all lives matter, is true. So when one is hurting, you make sure that one life that is hurting is treated equally. And if you're not that, I feel sorry for you. But this is not going to stop. All right, folks. So I was going to do a completely different video today, but I had to take a left. I had to address this on my channel because I haven't touched this topic yet, and I want to make sure it's here on my page and people know what's going on. Stay tuned for the next video. It's gonna be about I added a little microphone. I've had this microphone for a long time. I just couldn't get it to work. I'm gonna tell you why, because I have my iPhone and it was not working. I'll tell you why on the next video coming up on Monday. All right, folks. So if you enjoyed this, and you really think that the real version of all lives matter, because melanated lives matter, African diaspora lives matter, then you give this a thumbs up, you give it a shout out, and let people around you who feel depleted, you let them know that they matter. You let them know that I hear you. All right? And that's how we all get to live our best life. So do me a favor, if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit a thumbs down. I'm good either way. Leave a comment. Hit the subscribe and the notification bell, and come back next week on Monday and Wednesday for more videos. We're going to talk about microphone and have some videos coming up on microphones, because I've got quite a few options these days, and so I'm going to let you guys know about that. All right, so until then, folks, as you know, always, my wish is always that you blow up, that you live your best life. So do me a favor, live your best life, and live that majestic lifestyle.